I caught my fiancée at 2 a.m. texting her ex, "Miss you so much, wish we could be together." She was next to me in bed. I took a photo of her screen, then I went back to sleep. When she woke up and I'd already sent the photo to her parents, her sister, and the wedding venue. I, 31 male, got up to pee around 2 a.m. last month. Came back to bed and my fiancée, 28, was still awake, phone glowing in the dark. Not unusual, she's always been a night owl, except something was off. The way she was smiling at her screen, this soft, intimate smile I hadn't seen in months. The same look she used to give me when we first started dating. I got back in bed, turned toward her. Her phone screen was visible from my angle. She was too absorbed to notice me watching. The contact at the top just said, a purple heart emoji. Not my name. I watched her type, "Miss you so much. Wish we could be together." Can't stop thinking about that weekend. You make me feel things I'd forgotten existed. His response came through. "I know, baby. Soon. Just be patient. Once everything settles down, we can make this work." She typed back, "Being here is torture when my heart is with you. This wedding feels like the world's longest prison sentence, Ulmeo." I lay there frozen. 3 years together, engaged 8 months. Wedding was 6 weeks away, invitations mailed, deposits paid. My parents had just thrown us an engagement party, and she was texting another guy that marrying me felt like a prison sentence. With "Ulmeo" at the end. My brain went weirdly quiet. No anger, no hurt, just this cold clarity. Like someone flipped a switch. I grabbed my phone off the nightstand, opened the camera, held it steady and took a photo of her screen showing the messages. Then another as she scrolled up revealing more. Then a third. She never looked up. Too busy in her little conversation. I set my phone down, turned away from her, stared at the wall. About 10 minutes later, she finally put her phone away, kissed my shoulder. "Love you," she whispered. I didn't say anything. Pretended to sleep. She texted a bit more. I could hear the buzzing, then finally dozed off around 3 a.m. I didn't sleep, just lay there thinking. Around 5 a.m., when I was sure she was deep asleep, I grabbed my phone and went into the bathroom. Closed the door, sat on the edge of the tub, opened my email and started composing. First one went to her parents. Subject, wedding canceled. Body found the attached on her phone last night. We're done. Sorry you had to find out this way. Attached the clearest photo. Sent. Second email to her sister who'd been helping coordinate everything. Same photo, same message. Third to the wedding venue. Need to cancel the ceremony scheduled for date. Please process per the contract terms. Documentation of cause attached. Then the photographer, the caterer, the florist, the DJ, the cake person. Every single vendor we'd booked, my best man, my parents, everyone who needed to know. I forwarded everything to my personal email as backup. Uploaded the photos to cloud storage, screenshot the sent emails. By 6 a.m. I was done, climbed back in bed, actually managed to sleep a couple hours. Woke up around 8:30 to both our phones exploding simultaneously. Calls, texts, notifications going crazy. She grabbed her phone, groggy and confused, saw her mom calling, then her sister, then her dad, then her mom again. "What the hell?" she answered. "Mom, what's wrong?" I got up and started getting dressed, heard her on the phone. What photo? I don't know what you're talking about." Long pause. "Mom, no, it's not, let me explain. It's not what it looks like, Mom." She came running into the bathroom where I was brushing my teeth. Her face was sheet white. "What did you do? What did you send them?" I spit out toothpaste. "Screenshots of your conversation with purple heart emoji guy, the one you miss so much, the one who makes you feel alive." "You went through my phone?" "Didn't need to. You were having your little chat right next to me. I just documented what I saw." "It wasn't. That's not fair. You can't just. You called our wedding a prison sentence. LMAO. She froze. "Yeah, I saw that part too." "I was venting, that's all. It didn't mean anything." "You told him your heart is with him." "I was being dramatic. At 2 a.m., in our bed, planning your future with him after things settle down. Please just let me explain everything. It's not what you think." My phone rang. My mom. I answered. "Sweetheart, what's happening?" Her mother just called me hysterical. "Wedding's off. She's been texting her ex. I found out last night." "Oh honey, are you okay?" "Will be. I'll call you later." Hung up. My fiancé was full-on crying now. "Please, we need to talk about this. You can't just blow up our entire relationship over some texts. Forward me the whole conversation." Right now, everything between you two. What? Your phone. Show me every message. If it's so innocent, prove it. She clutched her phone. That's private. You texted him in my bed. You lost privacy rights. Show me or I'm leaving right now. She didn't move. That's what I thought. I grabbed my laptop bag and keys. Where are you going? Anywhere but here. We have to talk. You should have talked before you started planning your future with another guy. We're done. You can't just leave. I walked past her toward the door. You're going to regret this. You're throwing away everything over nothing. I turned back. Nothing, right? Tell me, what weekend were you two reminiscing about? The one you can't stop thinking about. Her face went pale again. Yeah, thought so. Bye. I left. Stayed at my buddy's place. Ignored probably 60+ calls from her over the next few days. Her texts went from begging to angry to begging again. She showed up at my office twice. Security walked her out both times. Then her mother called. You humiliated my daughter? Sending that photo to the entire family? To vendors? That was cruel and unnecessary. Your daughter was planning a future with her ex while planning a wedding with me. What was I supposed to do? Talk to her privately, like an adult, not air everything publicly. She lost the right to privacy when she texted another man that marrying me felt like prison. Every bride gets cold feet. It's normal. You're overreacting. Cold feet don't involve telling your ex you wish you could be together. It was just texts. Nothing even happened. How do you know? Silence. That's what I thought. We're done. Don't call me again. I hung up. Her sister called next day. She was calmer. Look, I'm not defending what she did. It's messed up, but she's falling apart. She says nothing physical happened. Did she show you the full conversation? No, she said I'd misunderstand the context. Of course she did. Want me to forward the screenshots? Yeah, actually, I sent them all. Every photo I'd taken. She called back 20 minutes later. Holy shit, this is way worse than she told us. Yep. She's been saying you overreacted to some innocent, friendly texts. But she literally told him the wedding was a prison sentence, and that her heart is with him, and they were making plans for after things settled down. I'm so sorry, this is really bad. I had no idea. Thanks. I appreciate you being honest. What about all the deposits, the venue and everything? That's where it got complicated. The venue required 60 days notice or we'd forfeit the $8,000 deposit. We were 42 days out. Photographer was past their 90-day cancellation window. Lost that $2,500. Caterer, florist, DJ, all similar situations. About $18,000 total in deposits and fees we'd lose. I'd paid roughly $11,000 of that. She'd paid $7,000. We'd split it roughly 60-40 since I make more. She called that afternoon from her sister's phone. We need to talk about the money, the vendors. What about them? I can't afford to lose $7,000. We need to postpone, not cancel. Work through this. There's nothing to work through. Wedding's off. I wasn't even cheating. We were just talking. You told him you wish you could be together. You made plans for a future with him. That's cheating. It was fantasy, venting. I would never actually do anything. Your messages say otherwise. You're being completely unreasonable. We can do counseling. Fix this. But I can't lose $7,000. Should have thought about that at 2 a.m. This is financial abuse. I actually laughed. Financial abuse is me not marrying someone who's in love with their ex? Try again. My lawyer says I can sue you for half the losses since you unilaterally canceled. Your lawyer should read the contracts. Most wedding vendors have infidelity clauses. Cheating is grounds for penalty-free cancellation by the non-cheating party. Long silence. You're lying. Read your contracts. I already did, specifically looked for it after I sent the cancellation emails. This is insane. What's insane is you expecting me to marry you after what you did. We could have worked it out. Which texts were misinterpreted? The ones where you miss him? The ones where you're planning your future together? Or the one where you called marrying me a prison sentence with LMAO at the end? She hung up. Her dad called that evening. This one I was dreading. Son, can we talk? Yeah. I saw the messages. What she did was wrong. I'm not defending it, but I'm asking you to think about the financial fallout here. She's going to be buried in debt from this. That's not my problem. I know, but listen. You paid more into this wedding. What if I reimbursed your losses? Made you whole financially? Could we work something out where everyone walks away clean? I don't want your money. Please, just consider it. I know you're not getting back together. I understand that, but let me help with the financial mess. She's my daughter. She screwed up badly, but I can't watch her drown over this. That got me. He wasn't making excuses, wasn't defending her, just being a dad. I'll think about it. That's all I ask. Thank you. About a week later, she showed up at my buddy's place. Don't know how she found me there. We need to talk. Really talk. No. You owe me that after 3 years. I owe you nothing. It was a stupid mistake. I got scared about commitment and reached out to someone familiar. It didn't mean anything. You told him your heart was with him. I was being dramatic. You know how I get emotional. Yeah, now I do. You get emotional and text your ex about leaving me for him. That is not what happened. Then show me your phone. Full conversation, everything. She held her phone tighter, didn't say anything. That exactly. Leave. When you're alone and miserable, remember you're the one who gave up. When you're explaining to your next boyfriend why your last engagement ended, remember you texted your ex that marrying me was a prison sentence. She left. Came back an hour later with her mom. My friend answered the door. Nope. He doesn't want to see you. Her mom pushed past him. We're not leaving until he explains himself. I came out. Both of you need to go. You destroyed my daughter's reputation. Everyone thinks she's a cheater. She is a cheater. Some texts don't make her a cheater. Actually, they do. Emotional affairs are still affairs. Nothing physical happened. You sure about that? I looked at my ex. What about that weekend you mentioned? The one you can't stop thinking about? Want to tell your mom about that? Her face went white. Her mom turned to her. What weekend? Nothing. We just ran into each other at a conference. Had dinner. When? I asked. She didn't answer. The Denver conference. 2 months ago. The one you went to alone. Where the Wi-Fi was supposedly so bad we barely talked. Her mom's expression changed. Did something happen? No, we just talked. You're lying, I said. You told him you think about that weekend constantly, that he makes you feel alive. That wasn't just dinner. Tears started. We kissed. That's it. One kiss. Her mom looked like someone punched her. Finally, some truth. You physically cheated 2 months before our wedding. It was just a kiss. You're still lying, but honestly, I don't care anymore. Both of you, get out. Her mom was staring at her daughter. You told me nothing happened at that conference. Mom, it was just, you looked me in the eye and told me nothing happened. It didn't, not really. Get out of my friend's house, I said. Now, before I call the cops. They left. But her mom turned back at the door. You're making a huge mistake. She's a catch. If your husband was texting another woman the way your daughter texted her ex, would you call it nothing? She didn't answer. That night, the ex-Purple Heart guy found me on social media. Sent a message. Hey man, this is awkward but wanted to reach out. What happened with her name and me wasn't planned. We have real history. Sometimes feelings don't just die. She's torn up about hurting you, but she's confused about what she wants. Maybe better this happened before the wedding. Sorry you got caught in this. I stared at that message for a while, then replied, You're not sorry I got hurt. You're sorry you got caught. You were actively planning a future with an engaged woman. Don't pretend you're some innocent bystander. Lose my number. Blocked him immediately. Couple days later, long email from my ex. Pages of apologies and explanations. Buried in there was this gem. I've been seeing a therapist who thinks I have commitment issues from my parents' divorce. I self-sabotage when I get scared. This wasn't about you not being enough. I'm broken. But I'm getting help. If you give me time to fix myself, we could try again. I deleted it without responding. Her dad called again. Following up on our conversation, I'm offering $15,000. Covers your losses plus some extra. In return, you don't pursue any legal action and we all move on quietly. Legal action for what? Some vendors are asking about the cancellation reason. If infidelity gets invoked, could affect her ability to book venues in the future. Not my problem. I'm asking as a favor, please. Take the money, let this go quietly. I thought about it. $10,000. Not as a settlement, as reimbursement for actual losses. I'll sign something saying we've settled the financial stuff, but I'm not lying to vendors. They ask why we canceled, I'm telling the truth. That's fair. I'll have something drawn up. Few weeks later, she tried another approach. Sent mutual friends to talk to me. Showed up at places I'd be. Each time I shut it down. Final attempt came about a month ago. Handwritten letter. Long, emotional, basic message. She'd ended things with her ex, was in therapy, had done the work, wanted another chance. I tossed it. Her sister called. Did you get her letter? Yeah. And? Not interested. She's really changed. This broke her. She's worked on herself. Good. She should keep working on herself. With someone else. You won't even consider it? Never. I'll never trust her again. Every late night text, every work trip, every time she's distant, I'd wonder. That's not a relationship. So 3 years mean nothing? 3 years mean nothing compared to a lifetime of paranoia. It wasn't one mistake. It was months of texting. An emotional affair, a physical affair, because I guarantee it was more than just a kiss. It was lying repeatedly. Planning a future with someone else while planning a wedding with me. That's not one mistake. She's paying for it. Lost most of her friends. Her reputation is destroyed. She can't even mention the wedding without people judging. Natural consequences. You sound cold. I'm not cold. I'm just done being manipulated. Fair enough. Last I heard, she moved out of state. Fresh start somewhere. Purple Heart guy apparently ghosted her once things got real. Shocker? Me? I'm alright. Not great, but alright. Therapy is helping with trust issues. Dating feels weird now. Keep looking for red flags everywhere. Sold the engagement ring at a loss. Used that money for a solo trip. Cleared my head. Canceled the apartment lease we'd signed together. Stayed in my smaller place. Cheaper. Simpler. Ran into her mom at the grocery store a couple weeks back. We made eye contact. She looked like she wanted to say something, then just nodded and walked away. My parents still check in. My mom admitted after everything that she never really liked my ex. Said something always felt off, but she couldn't pinpoint it. Moms know, man. My buddy who let me crash at his place has been solid. Drags me out when I get too in my head. Reminds me that finding out before the wedding was lucky. He's right. Imagine if I'd found out after we were married. Divorce lawyers, splitting assets, potentially alimony. This way I lost some deposits but kept my freedom. Some people think I overreacted, that I should have tried counseling, that everyone makes mistakes. Those people didn't see her texting another man in my bed at 2 a.m., calling our wedding a prison sentence. The wedding would have been last weekend, actually. I spent it watching the game with friends. Didn't think about what could have been. That's progress. Looking back, the signs were probably there. I was just too in love to see them. Won't make that mistake again. To anyone reading this in a similar spot, trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Better to walk away before the wedding than after. And if you catch them, document everything. Don't let them rewrite history. I'm doing okay. One day at a time. No regrets about my decision. My only regret is not seeing it sooner. But hey, at least I saw it before I said I do. That's worth something.